I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about things that we're doing the same versus differently with our second pregnancy, second baby, products we'll be using again and won't be. I've seen people make videos like that, so I kind of wanted to do it too. Starting with baby products, there's a few I wanted to talk about that I used with my first child and I will definitely be using again, and I definitely think they're worth it, worth the money, worth the hype. The first one is the Snoo bassinet. If you don't know, this bassinet has a mechanism inside that gently rocks your baby, like sways them. And if your baby starts crying, it'll kind of pick up the pace and it makes like a whooshing sound, like your heartbeat kind of. And if the baby's crying, it'll, get faster and louder. And then if your baby's crying for too long, it'll just stop and alert your phone to go pick up your baby. I honestly think the reason why she was such a good sleeper is because of this bassinet and it, rocking her to sleep and making this like white noise kind of sound. The second product that we will be using again that I am really grateful that we have is this carrier. It is by the brand, I don't remember the name of it. I'll put it on the screen. My mom got us both the Snoo and this carrier as a gift when we were pregnant with our first child, and this carrier is obscenely expensive. It's like silly how expensive it is. And I know that there are a million carriers that probably do the same thing and are just as nice and work just as well. But we have it, we received it as a gift and we used it, and it's honestly so comfortable. I have used a few other carriers, like ones that I've gotten on Amazon and Target, just so that we had a few, and none of them were as comfortable as this one. This one had great back support on my lower back, and it was thick and soft, and it's not necessary at all. I'm not labeling it as a baby necessity, but if you were on the fence about getting one and you kind of want to, then I would say go for it, because it is so comfortable to wear. The next item on this list is muslin swaddles. I don't really use them as swaddles. I use them as burp cloths. We had a bunch of burp cloths for my first daughter, which are much smaller, and you just put it on your shoulder. And I actually prefer using swaddles as a burp cloth, specifically muslin ones, because it's just bigger. There's more surface area. It's easier to clean her with if she spits up. If I were advising a first-time mom, I would say don't bother getting a bunch of burp cloths. Just get a bunch of swaddles and then use them for both purposes. Another product that we loved using the first time around was this, I think it's called the Snuggle Me Lounger. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. My first daughter napped in that thing constantly until she could crawl out of it, basically. She loved that thing, and I loved it too, because I could have her sleep in it anywhere in the house, on the couch, on the bed. It was just so convenient, and yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it. I definitely think it's worth it. I've used a few different of these kinds of baby loungers before, and this one is by far my favorite. Our favorite baby bottle that we used with our firstborn was by Dr. Brown. We also tried Philips Komotomo. I feel like we tried another one, but Dr. Brown has the anti-spit up kind of straw inside of it, and it works. It was the only bottle my daughter ever used that she didn't spit up afterwards. So that's what we're using again, except this time we're using the glass bottles instead of the plastic ones. With our first daughter, we did use a baby Brezza formula maker when she switched to formula, because I did not breastfeed her for very long. I do plan on breastfeeding longer this time, assuming that I don't have the same issues that came up with my first daughter. But if for whatever reason we need to switch to formula, I will be using the baby Brezza again. I definitely think that it is worth the money. It is so convenient. It makes it at the perfect temperature. I feel like the more time I can cut out using technology, like the more time I can save for myself, is the more time I can spend doing other things, like actually bonding with my children and doing things that need to get done around the house. And it's all like the little things that add up, like the little things about the thing that washes your bottles for you or makes your formula for you, or, you know, the snoo that rocks your baby while she's sleeping and helps her stay asleep. It's those little things that are saving me time throughout the day in just like little pockets of minutes that end up having a really big impact and can allow me to conserve my energy for other things. Something we used for our first daughter that we will not be using again is the Owlet baby monitor. Okay, I know this is also a controversial topic, but most people buy this monitor because it comes with a sock that goes on your baby's foot that monitors the heart rate throughout the night and will alert your phone if there's like a change in temperature or heart rate or whatever it is. That's great. We actually never used it for that feature. The reason I wanted to use this baby monitor is just because it connected to my phone so that I could check on the baby if I wasn't in the house. Like if she was alone with Colin or being babysat, like I could still look at her. It felt very convenient to me. The reason we're not using it again is because even if I had the settings so that I could hear like the audio was working when my phone was off, it like didn't work. I don't know if I had a defective monitor or the app was being screwy or what, but like it would not work, the audio, unless I had the app open. And that was not practical when I'm sleeping at night in a different room. The second reason is just all these stories that I've read and heard about how people can hack into Wi-Fi baby monitors and either just spy on your children or like talk to them through the voice feature. There are so many horrible, awful stories about things like that, about Wi-Fi baby monitors being really easy to hack. Not interested in that. Not interested in the slightest. So we went with a non-Wi-Fi, very, very simple baby monitor this time. Something else we will not be using again are magnetic pajamas that close with magnets instead of buttons or zippers. These worked well when my daughter was like a newborn, like less than 4 months old. And then once she started moving around, she could rip them open. Like it just opened way too easily and it felt like she was naked all the time because she was taking off her clothes. It just wasn't, I think they're so great and so practical and easy for when they're really little, and not really worth it after that. So we're just not gonna use them this time around. I much prefer, I mean, it's easy to button their pajamas when they're little and not moving, but once they start moving around and kicking and, you know, wiggling while you change them, I think the zipper pajamas are the easiest. Something else I'm doing different this time is I'm using the Dr. Brown breast pump. With my last pregnancy, last birth, I used, can't remember the name of any of these products, but I'll put a picture of it on the screen. It was purple. I used that breast pump and I just like the Dr. Brown one more. It has first and second setting on this pump are so gentle. And I don't think the lowest setting on my other pump was nearly as gentle. So I don't know, I just like that it has that as an option, like a very, very, very gentle pump setting. We have 3 people driving this car, so every time I get in it, it is adjusted weird. I am going to my 38-week doctor's appointment. I actually almost went to the hospital a few nights ago because I woke up with like just the worst stomach pain in the world. And it wasn't contractions, it was just like stomach pain. So I called my doctor and she told me that if it lasted any longer or got worse, then I should come in, but it ended up going away. Would you believe that most of my maternity dresses don't fit me anymore? How's it possible? This dress is one of the last ones that still fits, not too tight, and is inappropriate length. The best bagels in the greater Washington, D.C. area. It's still the same day. I just changed into comfier clothes. I ordered a strawberry shortcake iced latte. Oh my gosh, it's so good. A sriracha honey bagel with garlic and herb cream cheese. This is my favorite bagel from Call Your Mother, and they stopped selling the sriracha honey bagels like 2 years ago, and they just brought them back, and I'm so happy because nothing beats this. It was the perfect combination of sweet and spicy. I'm from New Jersey, so I'm obviously familiar with good quality bagels, and Call Your Mother definitely has some pretty good ones. I'm gonna finish my breakfast, lunch, and then I'll pick up the camera again. On a walk with the hubby. Are you so excited to have another baby?
I'm excited. So what does that mean then if the baby was 7 pounds last week?
No, the baby was 7 pounds.
A week and a half ago?
Oh, I don't remember now, but she's probably close to 8 pounds now.
Okay.
That's the... Oh.
Good girl.
I can't vlog and walk. We'll see you guys later. Back from our walk. I'm gonna try to go on walks every day now until I go into labor, because I really do think it helps. I always feel really crampy after a walk, so. My induction has been officially scheduled for 5 days from now. I have my ultrasound the day before where we'll, see the size of the baby and how much fluid I have, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go ahead with the induction. I just reached out to my doctor asking if I could take the Cervidil pill instead of Pitocin, so we'll see what she says. And hopefully she says yes, because I would prefer to be induced more naturally. Most OBs work on like a rotating schedule, so you kind of just like give birth with whoever is on call at that time. But since we're scheduling an induction, I already know who's going to be on call, and it is actually the same doctor who did my dilation curettage when I had my miscarriage. So that makes me feel a little bit more at ease that the person delivering my baby is someone who's already been in this kind of like intimate, vulnerable setting with me. Maybe I'll go into labor this weekend or in the days leading up to it, but I honestly doubt it. This will be my last video before my birth vlog. Crazy, but yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I usually post more frequently on my shorts, so I'm sure I'll post a few more shorts before I give birth, so stay tuned. But yeah, see you guys in, I don't know when my birth vlog's gonna go up, probably a week or two from when you're seeing this video, I would think. Anyways, bye.